Hi, I'm Coach Corey Wayne, and this is my video coaching newsletter. And the topic of today's newsletter is going to be, as you become a better man, you attract better quality women. Well, I've got an email success story for you today, and this particular guy, he's been following me for over 8 years. He's read 3% Man 15 times and internalized it, and he's almost 60, and he's dating beautiful women who are half his age. He's fit and he's in shape. He's not a fat slob. He hasn't completely let himself go. He takes care of himself. You can't be a scumbag fat slob and be twice the age of a girl and expecting that she's going to want to date you. But to keep in mind, 74% of Americans are either overweight or they're obese. And so if you can just be fit and in shape, you've eliminated 75% of your competition right off the bat. I mean, just go outside and walk around and look at people. They're all overweight and out of shape, and they look disgusting. It's fat. Even the young girls, it's like just no physical fitness at all. And PE's been physical education has been eliminated from the schools years ago, so people don't feel upset because they're out of shape. So we'll just make everybody out of shape. That's typically the leftist worldview. We're gonna make everybody equal and make everybody equally miserable. But socialism will work this time. It'll definitely work this time. So it's a good success story to help you guys, especially you older guys or guys like me. I'm 53. So this guy says he's almost 60. But we like younger women. I mean, at the end of the day, especially if you want to have kids or a family, you're going to have to date a younger woman. You're not going to be dating somebody that you're not going to be having kids with a woman that's 50 or 60 years old. That's just a fact of life. And women like older guys anyways because we're more experienced and we have our shit together. And we're competent. So there were 3 emails that this guy, and you guys can look them up, and in the article on my website, there'll be a link to all these, but the 3 articles in the past, some of them go all the way back to like 2015. One of them was My Feminist Man-Hating Girlfriend. Another one's It's Not All About You. And then the third one was Getting Better at Dating and Seduction. Those videos are obviously all on YouTube and should be on Rumble as well and other platforms. So let's go through his email. He says, "Hi, Coach. I just wanted to send a success story from a long history of following your work. I started following you more than 8 years ago, and you actually did 3 videos on my email coaching questions around that time." Yeah, it seems like most of them are from about 2015, 2016. At first, and I remember I looked through one of them. I could tell I was roasting him because he was not reading the book. He was kind of half-assing it, cherry picking, and I roasted him. And he spent the time to read the book and learn it. And now he's doing great. At first, I made the same mistakes as many and only read the book a couple of times, so I struggled. But then I took the work seriously, read the book about 15 times, and internalized it, and it's been going well ever since. What really caught my attention is how the women who come into my life change, in essence, as I develop. It's like you say, the kind of women I struggled with a couple of years ago, I wouldn't even pay attention to today. But also, they come with new challenges. Lately, I've dated women who are slightly damaged and don't have all their shit together, but they are really hot in bed. And the latest development is I get much younger women, which is something I always wanted. I'm close to 60 myself, and my last 2 women are in their 30s. As it happened, the first one of those was really terrible to be with. She was hot, but a jack-in-the-box who started to attack me verbally if I failed to give her attention in every moment. You need a woman who's easygoing, easy to get along with, and builds you up when you're with her and when you're not with her. A chick that's constantly talking shit about you and tearing you down and berating you in public or in front of other people. You want somebody who's going to be your biggest cheerleader and fan. And if she's not willing to do that, if she's just constantly talking shit about you, she can go on down the road. Life's just too short. I could have handled it better, but it was yet another learning experience, and after only a couple of months, I got out of it. Now, I've met another lady in her 30s who's very considerate and calm and great to be with. Both conversation and sex are great for both of us as we share common values. Yet I can see that she has issues. Her family is partly dysfunctional, and she's struggling with some health issues, although she is beautiful and has an amazing body, but she's great towards me, unlike the previous one. Well, it's like you got to take it on a case by case basis. You don't just take a broad brush and say all women are like this, because some women come from totally messed up, broken homes, and they turn out just great. And other women come from broken homes and they're just as fucked up, if not more fucked up, than their family. And so you got to give people the benefit of the doubt. But character is destiny, and that's why what you're trying to do. You're trying to assess what her character is like. Is she redeemable? Will she treat you right? Will she build you up? Will she be your biggest cheerleader and fan? Or is she just going to go around talking shit about you when she's pissed off about whatever she happens to be pissed off at? She just left my house after spending the weekend, and she said she needs time to herself, and of course I give it to her. I told her to call later and made no plans. I feel great letting her go. Actually, remember, as Thich Nhat Hanh said, you must love in such a way that the person you love feels free. So when a girl says she needs time to herself, it's like, yeah, call me later. You should be excited. Confident, competent, calm, masculine men are cool with that. We look forward to our solitude. We look forward to the time that our girl or girls are away from us so we can focus on the things that we want in life and the things that we need to take care of. And then that way, when you do get back together or she does reach out next, she's really starting to miss you. And therefore, when you get together, she's going to have a lot of enthusiasm and be excited to see you. And it'll be even better than the last time you were together. He says, actually, although I could fall for this girl, I feel good that she leaves for a couple of days so I can do what I want to do. Exactly. When you're young and you're insecure and you haven't had a lot of successes, you act needy, neurotic, you over pursue, you try to make too much happen. I got the little bastard. There's been a fly that's been flying around in here since I've been filming this morning, and he's like, you may have seen him fly by the lens, but I finally squashed his ass. So back to our regularly scheduled email after my bug patrol has ended. She's on probation, and I don't fall in love with this beautiful young girl until I've seen if she's good for me or not. We've known each other for a while, but only dated about 2 weeks now. I'm doing everything textbook, and I notice her affection for me is increasing for every date. She just comes over and stays at my house on her own initiative until she wants to leave, and I let her. That's what you want. That's the way it's supposed to be. That's how it operates. She comes and she goes like a kitty cat. And when women have the total freedom to do that, and you're happy when they're there, you're totally cool when they're not, what happens over time is eventually they are stuck to you like a suckerfish, and they always want to be around you. The bottom line here is I've got a whole new quality of women in my life that I never imagined I could get. But I still don't have the quality of women I feel I could have. If it doesn't work out with this one, I have the awesome feeling of knowing I could get others just as good or even better ones. And I've made a list, according to the book, of what my ideal woman would be like. This kind of life you can get, or this is the kind of life you can get when you study the book carefully and make sure you're fit and have an interesting life, even when you get to be 60. The other day, I did another read of your book using your excellent tip of listening to the book, the audiobook, on 2-speed and following along in the textbook. I got through it in about 4 hours. Thanks for everything, Coach. Well, that's the quickest way to go through the book, is to put the audiobook on 2-speed and then follow along in a physical or a digital copy. That's the best way to really concentrate and focus and commit the stuff to your memory as quickly as possible versus just listening to the audiobook in the background while you're doing shit around the house, or you're driving in your car, or you're working out in the gym. Just because when you're doing other things and you're not really sitting down and focused, you're just not going to retain as much of the information. You're trying to get the stuff into your mind and your mindset so you can change the way you look at things. Because when you change the way you look at things, as Wayne Dyer used to say, the things you look at change. And so this guy's continued to improve. Obviously, I mentioned the 3 different video newsletters that I've done for this guy over the years. And so you can kind of see his progression. And so here he is several years later. He's 60, dating women half his age and having a blast. So as he's gotten better and he's become more competent and confident, he's getting closer and closer to attracting the kind of women that he really wants and really feels like he deserves. So if you got a question or a challenge and you'd like to get my help, go to understandingrelationships.com, click the products tab at the top of your screen, and book a coaching session with yours truly. Until next time, I will talk to you soon.